This is my travel companion, just lurching at my arm and grabbing it. It is the third day since we left Moab, Utah and went into Bear's Ears. And we've been traveling together in this incredibly amazing place, in this breathtaking landscape full of hills that are yellow and brown and red, all kinds of hues, sand dunes, castles, natural castles, buttes. It's so beautiful that we really have hardly spoken. We've been hiking and eating and sleeping and hiking and eating and sleeping and not talking much. The night before, we found a cave where we agreed that we're going to sleep, and he bravely crawled in to make sure that there's no animals that are going to eat us during the night. And when he found none, we spread our sleeping bags and made fire and had dinner. And he went to sleep and I stayed by the fire. And after a while, I had this vision. And what I saw is that very place where we were, by a kind of a hill, which is where the cave was, and all these amazing formations around us underwater. And I realized that what I was seeing is this place maybe 1 million years ago, 17 million years ago, when it was underwater. And I see all of these creatures. The water is just teeming with life. It's clear blue, and there's these huge monstrosities, and there's these tiny little things, and there's fish of all kinds and colors and sizes. There's sponges and sea stars and seagrass and kale and fishes eating other fishes, and creatures that are living together symbiotically. And down in the bottom, there's these creatures with electricity, with light, and there are some things that are like 2-3 times as big as whales, and it's all just absolutely amazing. And I watch these fish when the water breaks, and this huge beak comes and grabs it, and I look right in the fish's eye, and it's startled, and then the next thing it realizes that this is the end. And as I see this whole vision kind of gets blurry, and I get a new one. And again, I'm here, I'm in the same place, but apparently it's 1 million years hence. And it's not a desert anymore. It's this lush, beautiful dirt that has been composting for many, many years because there's no humans around. And so it has been allowed to just do its thing. And it's all green around. There's amazing looking trees and bushes. There's flowers of all colors. There's birds in the trees of all sorts. The bees are busy fertilizing, and the butterflies are fluttering around, and nothing looks like it would now, but it all is just so beautiful and so amazing. And so this is how my night goes, and eventually I go to sleep, and in the morning when we're up, we have apples for breakfast, and I eat mine, and when I have only the core left, I raise my hand because I'm going to throw it, because I want it to attach to the dirt and I want the seeds to go in. And I'm thinking, in 1 million years, maybe we'll have some apple trees here when it's not desert anymore, when it is lush like that. And the notion of late 20th century apple trees in that futuristic place is really attractive to me. And as I raise it, he jumps on me and he stops me and he's like, "What are you doing? This is illegal. You can't litter." And he takes this piece of organic material and he puts it in a plastic bag in his backpack for when he finds a trash can in the middle of the desert. And I'm so startled I don't say anything, though I generally do have things to say, but I'm like, that's just too incredible. So a few days later, we are in Southern California and we're hitchhiking to go north, and this guy in a fancy sports car stops for us, and we have this nice conversation, and at some point he asks us where we're going to sleep tonight, and we're like, I don't know, And he's like, well, why don't you come over? I have beds, I have a bathroom, I'll make you dinner. And we say, okay, and we go, and it's even better than what he said. It's this beautiful house with glass walls right on a bluff over the ocean. And yeah, there's a beautiful bath, and there are clean beds, and he makes us a steak dinner, and then he makes fire, and we all sit around the fire, and we start telling stories. Because that's why people invite travelers to their homes. They want to hear the stories. And so we tell the stories, and eventually I come to that story, and I tell it. And my travel companion looks at me, and he's like, this is why you wanted to throw the apple? And I say, yeah. And we look at each other, and I see his eyes changing, and he becomes kind of sad now that he understands what was going on there. And as I look at him, I become sad too, because I realized that I could have explained, but I didn't. And we both have this moment of, damn, this was an opportunity that did happen. And of course, he and I don't continue traveling very much after that, but I still think about this story every once in a while, and when I do, I give it an end. I give it an ending. And in that ending, there's a little animal that jumps into that trash can in the desert and tears at the plastic bag and gets that apple core and eventually expels these seeds. And you know what? In 1,000,000 years, there'll be some apple trees there.